So, Forest have submitted a bid for a PSG star. Welcome to your Forest news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, I'll tell you about the details of a bid being submitted by Forest for a PSG player. We'll talk about an old flame from earlier on in the window that is pretty much getting very close, closer than close to a here we go. And it looks like Forest might be pivoting away from Bakwa, I'm sorry to say. So if you're enjoying the content, as always, please hit the like, make sure you're subscribed. Check out the merch store. You want a coffee shirt? We got it all there for you. Click on the link that's pinned in the comments or scan the QR code. All right, let's jump into this one and let's talk about Kang In Lee from PSG. Oh, I can rhyme stuff. Very, very good player. He's a player who hasn't really broken into the PSG team as much of late, but is a versatile player. Some will say he's a cam, some will say he's a right winger. I think he's better as a cam, but is very good as a right winger. He's actually played both positions for PSG. In fact, if you look at his stats from last year, pretty much identical. 15 games as a right winger, 14 as an attacking, central attacking midfielder even. So it's quite split with there. But you got to remember, PSG also play a bit of a unique system where they tend to play with a false nine. So he's also played a few games for them as a false nine. Very good finisher, left-footed. I wouldn't say he's like outstanding. I wouldn't say like he's a speed demon or a skill demon or something like that. He's like very level across all the kind of, attacking boxes that you would like to see. Also good age. I think he's 24. So there's a lot to like about him. Obviously got Champions League experience. Playing at a top team like PSG, who are champions of Europe as well as we speak. So this one is very ambitious from Forest. Now, what happened was Forest put a bid in for 30 million euros, but they've also attached 30 million in bonuses as well, bringing this deal to potentially 60 million euros, which is about 52 million pounds. And on top of those deals, there's also like sell-on clauses they've offered and everything like that. Now, the story goes, story time, that PSG have just flat out rejected it. Enrique doesn't want to sell him. He's not even entertaining it. But Forest are prepared, apparently, if you believe the reports, to go even higher to get their man. And I love this ambition from Forest. Like, this is what we're doing, trying to skank players of PSG. I absolutely love it. So this one, keep an eye on. I'll be very surprised if it goes through. And you guys know what I'm going to say. At this level of money, if Forest have still got 50 odd mil still knocking around in the old piggy bank, Marinakis is time. It's time. I know you've seen my messages. Time to get out of Cluj. Get it done. Get it done. So that's the latest link. Now, is this a pivot away from Bakwa? The answer is probably yes, because it's gone way, way too quiet on Bakwa right now. In fact, I don't know what Forest are doing with him. I just think with Bakwa, it's such a cheaper deal. It's less risk. You know what I'm saying? It's like it makes more sense for Bakwa. But I don't know, maybe Forest are just showing too much ambition, and I absolutely love it. And we've seen some reports. I've seen stuff from Sacha coming out saying Bakwa will not be joining Forest. Forest have decided to focus on Luc Bacchio, the Belgian player, who is top notch, but a bit older as well. I think he's 27 off the top of my head. They consider a concrete target for the right wing in the final stretch of this transfer window. And he's at Sevilla, and apparently Sevilla is sitting there just waiting for the offer. Now, that is coming from Mercato. They're not the most reliable. Sacha is pretty good when it comes to Belgian players. That's where I think he usually hits the nail on the head. But in general, I'm not as optimistic on Bakwa. Remember, I did tell you guys last week that Forest were doing this batch of signings, and then they were going to decide, do we need to go in for another winger? That winger should have and could have most likely have been Bakwa, but it looks like it's being a bit of a pivot. So maybe Edu wants him and Nuno doesn't, or vice versa. Who knows? So I'll keep you posted on those developments. Now, technically speaking, this bid has been rejected, right? Because it didn't even get through the door. What we do know is that Forest are closer than close can be on Cuiabano again. Yes, from Botafogo. Forest are doing what they do best. When we go shopping for one player, while we're in that aisle of that team, we'll try and get someone else. So clearly Forest were keen. Let me rewind very quickly. I'm sure you all remember, but at the start of the transfer window, Forest were looking at Igor Jesus, Jair Cunha, and Cuiabano as a triple-header deal. Now, Igor Jesus was the first over the line. Jair got cold feet for a minute or two, then said yes, he wants to come. And then Cuiabano was like, no, I want to stay. And then Brighton came in as well, and they wanted to have a kind of pop at trying to get him. And at that stage, he was like, I'm quite happy here. Now, things have moved on a lot. Forest getting into the Europa League is quite significant to everything. Not because he cares about playing in Europe, but it means that the relationship between Marinakis and Sexter doesn't really have any issues. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys know what I'm saying. I don't need to say what I'm saying without saying it, right? You get me, right? So, because of that, we've been able to go and get John Victor, which was a here we go yesterday. And now while Forest are in there, clearly Marinakis and his boy Textor are doing some more deals. Now, this is probably going to be another cheap deal. I've been told from the guys I'm speaking to in Brazil, it's done. Like, here we go style, done, right? There's been nothing officially confirming it yet. But this one gets over the line, and that solves the backup left back issue. Now, what I will say on Cuiabano is I'm not that convinced on him. I think he's very raw. I actually think he's better going forward than he is defending. He's quite stocky in the way he plays. I would kind of say Adama Traore is a bad example, but I'm talking like that kind of stocky built player. Maybe Murillo style build, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. I just think he's a bit rash sometimes in his challenges. And he's almost been moved in Botafogo from a left back into like a left winger. He's been able to get some more assists there. His crossing is decent. He scored a couple of goals for him and what have you. But this will just be a backup. So I don't think we need to like throw the toys out the pram on it or anything like that. And it means that we've now got Savano as the right back backup. We'll have Cuiabano as the left back backup, but we will also, to put a positive spin on it, you'll have another option to chuck someone further up the pitch on the left-hand side if you wanted. And the other option it does give you, which I do like him for, is if Forest decide to go into a back three at any point, you know, in any games of the season, and then you want to chuck some attacking wing backs on. So you want to do the back three in a more attacking style. This could work quite nicely because I do rate him higher up the pitch than deeper up the pitch. But this one, I'm being told as good as done. In terms of fees and everything else, as soon as I got that information, as always, I will share it with you guys. But how are you feeling about all that news? What are you saying to Kang In Lee, man? I think it's a quality signing. And don't get, by the way, I'm not saying drop him and get Akliush. That's just my personal favorite. You bring me Kang In Lee, I'm like, how does he fit in? Because technically speaking, he's a cam. Is Gibbs White going to be dropped? McAtee, what about him? Nuno's got some headaches, but they are very good headaches. And that's your Forest news. Check out the merch store. Make sure you've liked. Make sure you've subscribed. Back tomorrow for the game. I've done a preview with Lawless, he's featuring in the video. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave it on the end screen as well. We'll see you for the watch along tomorrow. Come on, you Reds.